Reconcile these two ideas, okay? You can be nice and when they show up, bill them, take the money to the bank, because you're not serving anybody by letting that invoice hang out there. Hi, this is Jason Kanigan of Sales on Fire. I want to talk about money and sales for a minute, okay? The act of selling. And when do you know that a sale is over? When have you actually made a sale? Some people think it's when they get an agreement or a commitment or something like that. Okay, no. A sale is not a sale until you take the money to the bank. Let me say that again. A sale is not a sale until you take the money to the bank. Which means they can hand you a check. Have you made the sale yet? No. The check could bounce, right? Sale is not a sale until you take the money to the bank. And so, if you want to get better at selling, you need to actually change a little bit. You need to become a slightly different person. I'll explain why. When you expect stuff from the world, people to behave a certain way, right? You need to be reflecting that. And the fastest way I know how to do that is to just consciously go out and start doing and behaving in that manner, doing that thing. And so in this case, if we want people to pay us promptly and not to haggle and not to dilly-dally and to demonstrate their commitment and you to complete the sale, we need to be that person, okay? So what does that person do? That person has the money and they don't fiddle around and they pay upon receipt of the invoice immediately. Here you go, okay? When I buy a program, I have the money. I don't go into debt. I don't need to do that. I just give them the money and I give it to them right now because that's what I expect in return. A sale is not a sale until you have taken the money to the bank. So, some people will go, well, Jason, that's not very nice. That's not a nice way of thinking. Oh, really? Really? Who are you serving by letting them dilly-dally? You're not serving yourself, but more importantly, you're not serving them, are you? They've agreed that what you have to offer in exchange for that money is great, right? Worth more than that money to them, obviously, if they're willing to hand it over. And if they're dilly-dallying around, that demonstrates a lot about their character, doesn't it? So, if you want them to pay you quickly, you have to become a person who pays quickly, all right? Now, I want to give you an example about being nice, but also wanting prompt payment. Or, you know, those two ideas, they're not at cross purposes. You need to align them in your head to move forward as a salesperson, as a business owner, okay? So this guy that I'm thinking of, his name was Stuart Wilde. He passed away, as far as I'm concerned, a little young. You know, I think he was in his late 60s. That's pretty young, especially for somebody who was interested in health and spiritualism and that. And I wish we still had him with us. Stuart Wilde with an E on the end. You can Google him and listen to him on YouTube and you'll hear his voice. He has a very friendly voice because he was a genuinely nice person and he believed in being nice. What a surprise, he was nice, right? But he also said this, quote, if they show up, bill them, okay? Now, I've heard Dan Kennedy say this quote and attribute it to Stuart Wilde as well. So it's not just me saying this, all right? If they show up, bill them. So for those of you who are wondering, how can you be a nice person and say when they show up, bill them? We got it in one guy already, all right? We had it in Stuart Wilde. Reconcile these two ideas, okay? You can be nice and when they show up, bill them, take the money to the bank, because you're not serving anybody by letting that invoice hang out there. And as a credit manager, I was a credit manager for a national electrical wholesaler for 4 years. You're not doing anybody any favors by letting that invoice get more and more stale. After 90 days, it's virtually uncollectible, even if you take them to court, okay? Especially if you're a company. So the faster and better that you can gel these two ideas together and realize that one doesn't mean you can't have the other, the better you'll do with your business. This is Jason Kanigan from Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching.